Glenn, welcome to my channel. Well, in this episode, we're going to take a look at the Poweregg. Check this out. This Poweregg comes in, well, this massive case. Now, why do I have the Poweregg? Well, I have the Poweregg because B&H had a sale on. Come with a 4K camera. They have like a 5-kilometer range. They can go pretty darn far. They've got like optical flow sensors, ultrasonic sensors, and they look really cool. This was on sale at B&H for $349 US, vice the normal $1,200. So I picked one up because I've always wanted one, not because I think it's a really cool drone, but I think it's a really cool odd drone. So this is my odd drone category, and I just had to have one since I am Captain Drone. Let me show you what comes inside. I'll hold this up so you can see it. Can you see it? This is your egg. It's in a nice little bag. It says Poweregg on it. I don't know if you can see that. It comes with a stand, and the stand lights up. So at night, if you want to plug this in and make this look really cool in your house, you can. And over on this side, I don't know if you can see it, you have your controller and all your other gadgets. It all fits in this one little case. Let me pull it out. There you go. That is the stand. This lights up. It glows. It's got an LED light in it. And this is the Poweregg, which I'm going to take the cover off, and you can see the egg coming out. There it goes. That is, I don't even know which way is up. That's bottom. Okay, there we go. So this is, let's hold it back. That's the egg. This flies. It has a 4K camera in it. And if you can believe, look at this, the face tracking's going, is this your head or is this your head? That is hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out for a flight here today. The only thing I see that's a problem with this already is, what is the front? What is the back? If I'm flying this, how do I know what is front and back? Well, let's go figure that out now. So to fly this thing, all you need is the egg and this case here, which has all your controller and all that other good stuff in it to get it going. So let's put it all together. If I open this up correctly, there you go. So you have the controller down here, you have the battery. That's your base unit. I call it a Wi-Fi repeater. Here's a hand-controlled unit. I'm not gonna use that today. And you got some cables. Seems like a lot of parts, but watch me put it together. Your futuristic controller, this is a piece of metal, comes up. Your base station's got a little groove here. Pieces slide together nicely. There we go, we're connected. These are your antennas, you put those up so you can get your 5-kilometer Wi-Fi transmission. And basically, there's a GPS built in here. This is more like just a Wi-Fi repeater that your phone's gonna connect to. And here's your little egg to fly. That is the battery. It's quite large, and it's one of these idiot-proof batteries. So it's got a connection on one side and a connection on the other side. So when you drop it in, you can drop it in this way or the other way, and it will work. Top of our drone, there's a little button here, push it. Top flips open, and that's where you put your trash. Well, actually, no, that's where you put your battery. It can go in, and you just push it down. There you go, it's in. And you can leave the door open because there's a button here that's electronically wired into the battery, or you can push the battery yourself. So I'm gonna just close it, and I'll use this button here instead. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how does this turn into a drone to fly? Well, there's a little bit of manual stuff I have to do. So I have to take my nails, pull this. There's an arm. You see how it's turning into a drone? There's an arm. Next thing we have to do is you just grab the arm and pull this off. That's the camera down here. So we pull that base off, and over here there's some padding to protect the camera. Let's move you out of the way. And then we're going to power it on. So you push once, and then push again, hold it down. And we should hear some sounds and some lights. There we go. Camera should do some stuff. Come to life. Hopefully that's working okay. So now if I move it, the gimbal on the camera, you should see it. The gimbal should stay pretty even. So now if I plop it back down, it's gonna squish the camera, right? So I have to put the legs down. So I go like this. I push this top button 3 times real fast. 1, 2, 3. And the legs come out. There we go. Now I get rid of this. Plop my little power thingy down here. Now, like I said, what side is the back and what side is the front? I'm gonna assume right here where it says Powervision, that is the front. And if I look underneath, the camera seems to kind of be pointing that way, so I assume that's the front. So next thing we have to do is connect this. There's a little wire in the back here of my controller, and it connects into the side of this unit right there. And we power this on. There's 3 little lights up top, and they have to go solid blue when they connect to my little drone down there. And then this has to come on. There's a little switch here. Turn you on. Should get a little light flashing here. There we go. There we go. I see, I don't know if you can see it. There's 3 blue lights up here and a green. The green means it's full power. By the way, this here, when you charge it fully, it will last you 2 hours. This will last you 2 hours. So you can do multiple flights. The flight time on the little Poweregg says it's rated at 23 minutes. So look at the size of it. It weighs almost 4 pounds. My guess is I'm probably getting like 18 or 19 minutes out of something like that on a good day. It's way too heavy. So it also says with the foldable props, it does have brushless motors and they are massive inside. It says take the props and unfold them like this. Now, still can't do anything unless we have some sort of device here with the app. All right, so I have my screen record on, so you should see what I'm seeing. So I'm just gonna slide up, and the app on here is called Vision Plus. I'll click that. Okay, system is preheating, devices connected. So now I'll hit, oh, it talks to me. So now I'll go begin flying. Walk over to my little egg. And for some reason, I'm getting a video. I don't want the video.
Welcome to the Powervision safety video.
Don't want that. All right, so I have to get green right here where it says self-testing. All of these have to be green or it won't fly. So right now it's all good. Oh, and I should mention also, they do include a 16 gig micro SD card with this thing. So there we go. We're all set to go pretty much. You have 3 modes. You have E, which is easy mode. That's sort of like a headless mode for beginners. I would advise everybody not to use that one. Then you have normal, which is a normal mode, which uses the GPS in the drone and the positioning system if you're low. Then you have P mode, which you can fly with no GPS. So I've not done a compass calibration on here, and because this thing is so advanced, if all of a sudden I get toilet bowl happening or anything like that, I'll just put it in P mode, take the GPS off, and then I'll just land it. I won't get too close because I don't know this drone well. I'm going to start the motors by pulling these in, like a V. Here we go. Oh, they start nice and slow. I was going to say I could hardly even hear the motors. They have to make a lot of noise. That thing weighs a ton to lift it up. And then I'm going to hit this takeoff and land. And I don't know if this is going to be the most graceful takeoff because look at how short the arms are compared to the size. So it might wobble a bit. Here we go. You ready? First takeoff. I don't feel a vibration yet. Oh, you had to let go. Oh, that's pretty graceful. And I think the legs are supposed to go up automatically. Yeah, there you go. It is quite noisy. There's the 4K camera on me. That's what it looks like. I will say, out of all the drones I've flown, this looks to be the coolest looking drone sitting in the air ever. Look at that thing. That is like wickedly cool. So, all right, let's see how it flies. I'll bring it forward. It flies okay. Going over me. Take it up a bit. These cameras can rotate quite a bit. It's almost a full 360. So I can go that far that way, and let's see how far I can go this way. Going through the sun, back to me. It's pretty far. Look at that. It's all the way over there. So it's almost a full 360. And I believe it's this button here. If you get lost, you press this button and the camera comes back over to me. It finds me. So that's pretty darn cool. Let's try some of the modes it comes with. Let's try orbit mode. Please set direction. So I'm gonna go anti-clockwise. Please select orbit direction. Fly aircraft to the center, which would be over me. Put it over me. Let's take it up a bit. There you go, it's over me. And then it says, okay, now set radius. Back that way. I can see a little picture of me over there, and then start, and it should do a circle. There we go. Oh, I had it going pretty fast. Got to make sure there's nothing around. I can see just a little picture in the bottom left of my screen of me as it goes around. Orbit's pretty fast. And it's drawing a map on my screen. You can see that? There, I'm going to zoom in. There you go. It's showing you what I'm doing. See my little map being drawn? And it's got an X and a pause, so I'll hit the X. Let's see what else we got in here. That was orbit mode. Let's go follow mode. Follow mode, aircraft will move with the distance. So there's a GPS in the controller and it should follow this controller. So I'll say, okay. And there we go. Let me just put the, oh, it found me. It adjusted the camera automatically onto the controller. So it's not following my phone, it's following the controller from what I understand. So if I walk this way, let me just go, it's high enough up in the air. It's supposed to maintain the exact distance and never change the height or the distance. If I walk under this tree and hide, it doesn't care that I'm hiding. It knows where I am. It's because it's following this little controller thing. So I come out, it still got me. So you could walk through the forest with this and have no problems. Let me put the camera back on me. I think it's this button here. Okay, the next mode we have Waypoint mode. Where do I see Waypoint? Which is follow, selfie, route planner. There it is. So waypoints. Waypoints, you can set the angle of the camera, the height, and all that good stuff like a really good waypoint system. Please set up waypoints in the map. So my map is not working for some reason. Please set up waypoints in the map, click send. So I could see my drone down here. Let me go over here. There's my drone over there. I know I was flying a circle over there, so I can do waypoints over here. Oh, I made one. Oh, okay, so I made one waypoint. It says, when I go there, I want to go altitude 8, hover time 0. We'll hit send, and it should go and do that thing. So it should head over to that location where it's going. I can see it on my map, and as it's flying, there it is. And there, it's done. So let's hop out of waypoints. I guess you'd have to make a pile of waypoints to set up your plan. I'm not sure why my maps are not working, but it does say Google Maps. So let me just go back to the maps here. What if I zoom out? I got nothing. Maybe I have to load them ahead of time. Also, one thing I was going to point out, if you look at the bottom of the screen, just like DJI, see that little green bar? That's my flight time counting down, so my battery is going to go dead. See the bar? It's going like red, green, and blue, all the good stuff. So it's just giving me how much power is left. There is no obstacle avoidance on here, so beware. I will say the drone hovers quite nicely. Let me just go what else is in here. So safe zone, I'm not going to hit that. That's over on the top left. That's for setting up a geofence around yourself. Orbit mode, you saw already. Follow mode. Bottom one, turn back, where it says turn back, that is return to home. So you have 3 choices. When you click return to home on here, it's very different than other drones. You can have it come back to where you are standing now. So if I go walk all the way over there, I could go return to home and it will come back to me. I could go from the takeoff point, which is origin, or I could pick a point on the map for return to home. Okay, now I'm curious with this drone, if I wanted to land it right here, how would it land? Does it, if I wanted to fly low to the ground, does it know? The landing legs have to come out? Let's see, it's coming down. Going down, going down. Is it gonna pull out the landing legs? It should have sensors on the bottom to say, you're getting close to the ground. Oh, look at that. They come out nicely, and it goes down and lands on the ground. It's like a little alien ship. That is so cool. Start up the motors. I like the way they start so quietly. It's kind of deceiving. It's like, ooh, I'm not noisy. But then when you go up, I'm not going to hit the fly button. I'm going to fly it up myself. The legs should go way up. I'm going to fly over there. How much power do I have left? It says I'm getting low on power. Man, that flies fast. There's my buddies over there with the RC planes. They're probably wondering, what's going on? What is that thing? Go on.
The aircraft begins to land because of low power.
What?
And push the throttle rod to its maximum in order to make the aircraft hover.
It's coming down. Ah, my aircraft's coming down. It's out of power. Wow, good thing I wasn't over top of people. I had a little bit of power left. I was going to come and land it over by you guys, but it ran out of power, so it just popped out here. Yeah, what is that thing? Like, what could that be? Don't know which way is the front or back half time. It's not too bad. There's lights on it to show you, but if you don't see the lights, then you're lost. You can look at the map. It shows you a map to tell you which direction it's going to help you out. See, it's 4 pounds. You'll get your,
Holy shit.
You'll get your muscle workout. Almost a 360 camera at the bottom.
Big ass props on it. So.
Oh yeah, it's massive. And huge battery in it. And it's got sensors here for it. Knows when it's close to the ground. So these legs pop out when you bring it down to the ground.
Okay.
It's not too bad. It's got some cool little features built into it.
Comes with a little carry bag, I'm sure, right?
Comes with carry case, carry bag.
Xbox type controller.
Xbox type controller, and I believe this is sort of like the old DJI. It's like a Wi-Fi repeater, so that gets you 5 kilometers.
Okay.
So when your phone connects, you connect to this thing. All right, so it ran low on power, landed over there, and I've brought it back to the landing pad. I only have 1 battery for it, so I can't take it up again, but so far it's pretty cool. It does a lot of neat things. Certain things I have to figure out.
Device is connected.
All right, guys, I'm over here. I have my controller, got the egg over there, and I just want to show you some of the configuration features that you have for like the camera settings and just in general. I'm going to do this really quick, so here we go. All right, the camera on the drone is facing me. I can move it around here, look at the legs, and I'm just going to go into the video settings to show you quickly. You can set your ISO, your EV value. Let me go down to the camera video resolution. I'm at 16:9, 4K, 30 frames per second. These are your other settings you can set it at. And let's go back to here, all your other settings. Auto white balance, light metering, style common. I like this one's 1970s. There's your style thing here. Sharpness, you can adjust that. Scene settings, I'll go to scene settings. And the same in photo, you can do that. Now what I want to show you is the settings for this drone. So here's the settings. If you look along the bottom, the one to the far left looks like a paper airplane. That's one we're in now. You can adjust the aircraft altitude and compass calibration. Here's your height limits and all your other good things. No fly zones, you can have them off or on and say agree. There we go. Go to the controller. You can adjust these. These are pretty cool. Normally you only find those in controllers that really let you configure things, and this happens to be one of them. And we go over here to our link settings. This is to link this whole controller system to the actual drone. Next, you have your battery. Main display shows voltage. I do have it on, so I see the voltage by putting that switch on. It shows you my voltage. And I've only charged this battery twice because I just got it. What else do we have? Gimbal mode. You can configure your gimbal. You can calibrate your gimbal. Advanced settings for the speed. I always like to adjust my speed so it moves at a certain pace. And we go to the last one, just general setting. Map switch. Couldn't get my maps. It just says Google Maps and Google Map. I have no idea. Please return to front page. I'll have to figure that out. So I just picked the second Google Maps. Well, that map must have worked because check this out. My maps are here. I have maps now. I didn't have maps before. So I've got maps now. Well, that's pretty good. All right, so next time I go flying, I should have maps. All right, so my final thoughts on this Powervision Poweregg. Well, I will say it's pretty darn cool. I actually had people from the RC club over there come out and check it out because they're like, why is there an egg flying in the sky? So it's, yeah, it attracts a lot of attention. If you get one of these, be prepared to fly it and have spectators from all over the place come and take a look at it because it just looks so odd in the air, but at the same time, so cool. And if you have it in your house and you like to display your drones, when you fold it up and it's in the egg shape, here's a picture of it sitting in my house with the glowy lights on it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Of course, I wouldn't put it in the living room, but definitely put it in the master bedroom. Just kidding. So the only thing missing on this drone that I could see, well, especially for beginners, is, you know, forward and reverse. It does have that, if you put it down here in the E mode, the E mode will be like headless mode. So no matter when you push these joysticks forward, the drone, no matter which way it's facing, goes forward. So they've built that in for beginners, for people that have no sense of orientation. P mode's good too if you want to fly it without GPS. You can turn the no-fly zones on or off. It's got a setting in there to go no-fly zones on or off. Everything is totally configurable in this drone. And when I checked the app, I thought this drone, since it's, you know, it's over a year old, I thought the app would be from like over a year ago. But no, they just updated all the features in the app in May of 2019. So it's actually quite relevant. And to, just let me see. If I want to, I've still got the legs down. If I want to put the legs away, it's the same thing. Press 3 times. Well, if I keep my fingers there, I am going to get my fingers chopped. Hang on. So you got to grab one of these arms. Can you see this thing? I'm going to press 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And the leg should pop up. There we go. Just get my arms out of the way. And we're back to an egg almost. And where's my base? I have a base here someplace. You just clip your base back on right there. And now it's looking more like an egg. And then you would power it off. There's a power button on top. It's like click and then hold. And then you just grab these arms. There's a little switch here. You just pull that and you push each arm with the props back in. And look what happens. It turns back into my egg. You know, this would be pretty cool if you had one of these and you had somebody complaining about some guy flying a drone, and then by the time the authorities show up, you've got it in this shape, and you go, I wasn't flying a drone, I was just taking my egg out, tossing it in the air, or tossing my football in the air. You know, it'd be pretty interesting because there's no way the authorities are going to think this is a drone. Anyways, so if you enjoyed my review, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see me fly this some more, then just post some comments below. I'll come out and fly it some more. You know, I only flew 1 battery's worth, and it's the only time I flew it. If you want to know where to buy this, I'll put a link below. I found it at B&H for $349 US. So for a drone that normally costs $1,200 US, I got it at a really good price. And this is something that I will just keep around to show people as a conversation piece and take it out to fly it every now and then for the fun of it. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the next one. And now, quick unboxing of the Powervision Poweregg. Inside the outer white box comes this nice black hard case, which is pretty cool. And you get this last minute instruction sheet that they must have made after they finished their instructions. Little switch here, it says open here, a little latch, and let's open it. There we go. Inside the box we have the Poweregg, a little stand, and a bunch of gadgets over here, accessories, and a nice big case. And this thing weighs an awful lot. Pretty heavy, so it must be the battery. Let's see if I'm close to that. Well, the battery's over here, the controller's down here, and you have the Wi-Fi unit up here. On this side down here, you have the charging brick. Well, let's take a look at everything really quick. Let's take a look at all the pieces in the box. So first off, we have the egg. It's on a stand. There's the egg. It is very white, as you can see. It almost feels like there's plastic on it, like, you know, like a plastic covering, but no, there's not. Little power button up here to start it, and yeah, pretty cool. And then at the base you get a stand, and the stand has some nice soft material on the bottom so it can sit on a table. And right here on the stand I can see there's USB line in, so there'll be an LED light in here to power this up so it glows. Your little alien egg glows. You also get this little pamphlet book thing here, which has instructions, quick start guide, all the other good stuff, read me, everything you want to know. The Poweregg also comes with its own line of clothing. Look at this. You get this bag, like a nice little silk bag with Poweregg written on the front, and that's too, if you just want to carry it around like this instead of putting it in a case, you can. Here's that massive power brick I showed you. There's a place for a power cord there, and at the other end you have cables here to plug in to charge up the controller, to charge up the battery, to charge up the Wi-Fi connector, all sorts of stuff. Now let's take a look at what's in this big black case. So over here we know we have the controller. I've already seen that. Let me just pull this out. Controller's here. It weighs quite a bit. There'll be little things to attach joysticks on there, so they're not just little screwy things. This is actually metal. I'm surprised at that. Nice cold metal. So pull that up. Wow, clicks really nice. Very nice, and that's for your Wi-Fi connector and your phone. A few buttons on here, not too much, and a few buttons over here. Very self-explanatory. This side over here would be your huge brick. It comes with one battery, and the battery in nice huge letters at 6400 milliamp. It's a 14.8 volt, so that'll get you some time. And if I press that, it should show me how much power is left. Looks like it's almost full. And at the back of the case over here, you have some cables. This would be your Wi-Fi repeater. So that's gonna, or call it a Wi-Fi booster. I'm sure that's what it is. It reminds me of from the days gone by. This is a little Maestro controller, so if you fly the Poweregg, you also have the option of using this, which is just, you know, like a TV remote control buttons. You can just move it up and down, and the drone goes up and down, side to side, and start and stop video, and move the camera around, all that good stuff. On the top of the Powervision egg, it's kind of like R2-D2. You just press this button, and plop, its head pops up, and something comes out. That's where you put your battery in, and the bottom comes off, and that's where your camera is. We have this little piece of foam that goes around the camera just to hold it in place so it doesn't vibrate too much, and there's your 4K camera on a gimbal. Nice. And this camera apparently can turn. I don't think it turns 360, does it? No, it stops right there, and it can spin all the way to back this way. So it's a pretty good range. And down here you can see the ultrasonic sensors right there, and there's an optical flow sensor. Now I can't weigh this. Normally I weigh all my drones when I'm finished. I can't weigh this, but the specs say it weighs over 4 pounds, and I believe it. It's pretty darn heavy, and that is without the inclusion of this battery. That's a lot.